British.
I don't seem to win anything on this thing.
Well, if you ask me, I don't think anyone knows what Britishness is anymore.
Oh, it's not like in the good old days.
Well, we're not so much of a united kingdom anymore. We're divided.
Aye, you've all the better for it. I mean, I'm Scottish, end of story.
Oh, I actually consider myself both Scottish and British.
No,
and
no,
I
no.
am proud to be both.
Well, I'm English, but I don't like to say I'm proud to be English because I think it's a bit vulgar. Perhaps that's because I'm English.
I'm proud to be English. I'm not afraid to tell people what I think. If we're not careful, we're in danger of going soft.
Brought to heel political correctness. In my day, we called a spade a spade.
I've always been too nervous to talk about English pride because of my fear of being associated with racist nationalism.
That's why British is a more inclusive term.
I'd just rather be Scottish. I mean, who really wants to be British anyhow? Well, expect the English.
Do you know, there is no consensus. You could go to John O'Groats and people wouldn't think of themselves as Scottish, or you could go to Land's End and they wouldn't call themselves English. Being British is about being part of a society that embraces shared values.
Precisely. Britain shouldn't be separated into Scotland, Wales and England. It's our combined cultures that make us who we are. We should mix and be multicultural.
We all want particularism, but you can't force it down people's throats.
I like the idea of being multicultural. It's more cosmopolitan.
Britishness is about fitting in with the community. If you're born here, I reckon you just go with it.
Yeah, I got more of a sense of what being English is than what I do of being British. It's about beer, football, Sunday roasts.
The Queen.
Oh, well, I don't relate much to the Queen and all her jubilees.
You know, she don't actually rule. It's what people think, that they rule and they have some sort of power. When actually, they don't.
Hold on. You see, the politicians, they have the power. Westminster's just a bunch of people looking after themselves. They don't have any idea how normal people live.
The fact that we have politicians, with all their faults, who battle what they feel are injustices, means we've got a democracy. Equal rights.
They don't know anything
the
about
right to
injustice.
vote.
They're concerned with the duck bombs
Liberties.
and sleaze.
It's about acceptance and connecting with people.
Finding common ground.
Well, there will always be barriers, but they can be broken down if we can respect each other's culture.
I like the quirky things, you know, Morris dancing and cheese rolling.
What?
Silly things like that.
Well, we've all got our own cultures, but they're all together now, mixed in like a Lancashire hodgepodge. And that's what makes Britain British.
You know, since the beginning, all manner of people have brought their cultures to this island.
Oh, aye. But there's no so many immigrants now that they're taking over.
That's right, there's crossbreeding.
Yeah,
no pedigree.
The tragedy is, right, these new people coming in, they don't respect our culture.
Oh, it's all gone to the dogs.
People coming into this country have their own culture and want to integrate, but without losing their own identity.
No, if you don't want to assimilate into British culture, you can get out.
I am as British as you can get. Look at me, I'm sitting in a pub drinking a pint.
Aye,
There's no
good pint.
divide as far as I'm concerned. There's just ignorance.
Hey, we want our land to be a home for our people and our culture.
You are only British because your ancestors ended up here. It's not something you've achieved or worked at.
Being British is all about respect and acceptance. We should accept all breeds, cultures and religions and welcome them with open arms.
Yes, provided you can learn everything about Britishness and pass the test.
Yeah. I think if we were all British, we would share the same values, but I don't see it. We're different.
No, I see the younger generation being more accepting of their differences.
Young pops, no respect for tradition, no breeding.
Oh, well, all right. Etiquette and manners may have declined, but something more important has been gained.
Hold on. Listen here. I've nothing against English. Or Welsh, for that matter. And I've been drunk with a lot of nice English and Welsh people.
But yeah.
But I would prefer to have my own country.
Well, I still have this gut feeling that we're better for being British and all being together.
I am proud of Britain, of its openness and diversity. That's the essence of Britain for me.
We need to appreciate that everyone can contribute to our society. Britishness is about celebrating all the things we bring to enrich our culture rather than saying, this is it, and you have to conform to this way of life.
We all share this time and this place. On this tiny island together in our little corner of the globe. We're all British. We share an emotional bond, a reason to care about each other.
All right, steady.
I want Britishness to mean eccentricity, inclusiveness, and not being judgmental.
Right.
It's the kind of awkwardness. It's the humour. It's the stubbornness. Fighting for what you believe in.
That's right, Bob.
And above all, it's being able to go down your local for a proper conversation. And a pint.
I prefer a pie. I love a pie. Chicken and mushroom, I expect. That's probably what I go for. That reminds me, do you sell pork scratchings? Do you?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, great.